All right, Alfred Teleferro, Mr. Teleferro TV. I want to have a very interesting conversation here about the NBA, about a sport that I love and I think I kind of halfway understand. Somebody said, "What do you know about the NBA?" I know it better than you. Pretty much. That's all that it comes down to. I know it better than you. Um, there's a guy, Marcus Thompson. I want to give him the credit that he deserves. He has a book coming out. Never hating on anybody that wants to put their life in publication form. I can't hate on that. I put my life in video form. I don't like the concept of the fact that he has a book coming out about Steph Curry and the hate that Steph Curry is getting around the association. That includes hate from guys you might have heard of by the name of LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, soon to be MVP, and Chris Paul, point guard of the LA Clippers. I'm gonna break this down from a very Teleferro like aspect. All right, I'm gonna give y'all that real. I feel like what people not giving y'all, and we're gonna talk about this. So the book is pretty much saying that, and the book's I don't even think the book's out yet. It's pretty much talking about the fact that LeBron James and Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook are like, dang, this guy doesn't get any blame, but he gets all the credit, and he came out of nowhere. And as of last year, let's be honest, guys, around maybe a little bit earlier, yeah, around this time last year, Steph Curry was the face of the NBA. He had become the face of the NBA. And, of course, he ended up getting MVP last season unanimously, the first time in NBA history that had happened. And then LeBron, in many people's eyes, took it back in the NBA Finals when he beat the Cavs in the Warriors in 7 games with that big chase down block on Andre Iguodala, which led to Kyrie Irving 3-point. And we'll get to Kyrie in a second as well. I want to get to this whole notion of guys hating on Steph Curry and where it stems from. Here's where it stems from. I knew about Steph Curry early on. I'm a big NCAA guy. My loyal subscribers know that. I watched Davidson. I really did back in college a few years ago. More than a few years ago. Curry's like damn near 30 now. So I watched Davidson. Tough, especially in the tournament. I watched their miraculous run. And the thing with Steph is the guy can shoot the lights out, but coming into the NBA his first couple of seasons, I don't even know if a lot of people remember this. Steph was injury prone. He couldn't stay on the court. What, he played like 40 some odd games his first couple seasons? Each season? He couldn't stay on the court. So yes, Steph Curry's talent was there to be a starting point guard in the NBA. He could shoot the rock, but nothing like what he is now. Maybe get you 20 points a game on a great night. Maybe get you 3 3-pointers, 4 3-pointers, which is great because he can space the court. And then maybe get you 5 assists. That's a starting point guard. A good starting point guard in the NBA right now. Not great, but it's good. But over the last 3 to 4 years, Draymond Green and of course Klay Thompson and company, and Steve Kerr, they have really switched things up in Golden State. Under Mark Jackson, I'm going to be honest, I love Mark Jackson. I pray that this brother gets another opportunity at coaching, another good opportunity. He didn't bring the best out of Steph Curry like Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is putting his brother in positions to be an all-time player. And with that being said, it's going to rub people the wrong way because he never got that blame. Because he was never supposed to be this. You can criticize a guy like Andrew Wiggins or Big Simmons early on because they had so many high expectations going in. Steph Curry came out of nowhere with this. Despite what he did at Davidson, nobody expected this at the next level because he's too skinny. He's too little to be that dominant, and he doesn't get to the basket at will. He's a 3-point shooter. So this had to rub the NBA the wrong way. And he changed the dynamic of the game. That 3-point shot that Steph is oh so great at. And he is remarkable at it. I mean, Steph Curry is, I can make a case, the best 3-point shooter I've ever seen in my life. Just facts. Him or Klay Thompson, them two top 5, gotta be. And it's rubbing everybody the wrong way. And I get why it rubbed LeBron James. LeBron was holding the league down. Like, he started in the midst of Kobe and held it down through Kobe and through the big three in Boston and all of it. LeBron has held the NBA down. Maybe to a fault that's created some sort of entitlement from LeBron James where he thinks his whole career he should hold it down. And maybe he doesn't want to pass the torch. But in the minds of the basketball world, Steph Curry relates to the average, I'm going to be honest, the average white fan. Not strong, not powerful, and I'm not trying to come out play the race card, but can shoot the rock. And now, pretty much the young kid, period, wants to shoot the ball. Doesn't want to get in the post. That 5'11" guy who can't get to 6 feet, whose NBA career would never have been, who's literally borderline barely D1 basketball, he now has an opportunity because Steph Curry has created this formula that's changed the NBA. And I get it. Now let's get into these actual guys. I remember looking at some All-Star footage, right? A couple years ago when LeBron was still in Miami. I think it was LeBron, D-Wade, and I think Chris Bosh was around as well. And they walked up to Steph Curry because Steph Curry had crossed the hell out of Mario Chalmers in a regular season game. And LeBron was like, you hit my point. You can go look this up. He was like, LeBron was asking Steph, and this is little brother Steph at the time, why you hit my PG up like that? He was talking about Mario Chalmers. You hit him with the move and the reverse. Why you hit him up twice like that? That's LeBron being big brother to Steph. At that point, he was. But then, I don't want to quote Rick Ross here, but idols become rivals. When the Golden State Warriors got Steve Kerr, they were no longer fanboys of guys like LeBron and the big three in Miami. They were competing, and they changed the NBA, and it looks like forever. So I get why LeBron can feel salty. Russell Westbrook and Chris Paul. Shout out to my man Chris Broussard. I was watching him earlier today. Chris Broussard is like, wait a minute. Why are you how are you going to just overleap me? The Clippers, remember guys, the Clippers were supposed to be next in line to be in the finals the last 2, 3, 4 years. Oh, Steph's he's really, if you really want to look at whose spot he really took in the NBA, it's not LeBron's, because LeBron is still one of the big guys in the league. And I can make a case that it's LeBron's league first, and then Steph, and then and KD maybe. But it's still LeBron's league. Now, last year I might have would have told you it was LeBron's league 50% and Steph's league 50%. That's how it felt. But it's still LeBron's league. But if you talk about Chris Paul, I can make a case that Chris Paul is, in comparison to Steph Curry, has been. Nobody's talking about Chris Paul in that best point guard conversation anymore. He, A, is injured entirely too much. B, his Clippers team can't get right. And C, just not as flashy at this point in his career than Steph Curry. So I could make a case that Chris Paul feels this the most. And it feels like Steph he's better than Chris Paul outside of passing in pretty much every other aspect. What gets slept on is Steph Curry is a pretty good leader. All right, we give Draymond Green the credit of being the best leader on that team and the defensive catalyst on that team. But Steph, I see Steph talking to his teammate. I see him getting emotionally involved from time to time. So I'm looking at this team and I'm like, the Clippers are nowhere near where the Warriors have gotten, and they took their spot. So I understand the frustration because Chris Paul is still guarding Steph Curry. Let me break this down to you guys the best of my abilities. Klay Thompson is an X factor more than you might know. Let me break that down to you. Because Klay Thompson's so good on offense, and he's 6'7". Chris Paul can't go guard Klay Thompson. But Klay Thompson is such a good defender. He can go guard your 6-foot point guard. So what does that leave Steph Curry? He's free if your 2 guard is a shooter, which is what the Clippers have. JJ Redick is a shooter. You know what I'm saying? You can hide Steph Curry. All these teams that have guys that are shooters, knockdown shooters, not guys that really going to get to the rim like an Avery Bradley who's a knockdown shooter and a good defender, you can hide Steph on him. And let Klay deal with the Isaiah Thomases of the world, the Chris Pauls of the world, the Russell Westbrooks of the world. So we're hiding Steph, and Chris Paul's getting embarrassed year in and year out on the defensive side of the ball. Steph Curry's crossing the hell out of him. Steph Curry has a whole highlight tape on Chris Paul crossing him up. It's embarrassing, but it sucks because Chris Paul can't even get him back because Steph don't guard Chris Paul. So you understand Chris Paul's blame or why he's so upset. He can't get any get back. Steph won't guard him. If this is the best point guard in the NBA, let's keep it going. Russell Westbrook. Oh, you definitely don't want to put Steph Curry on Russell Westbrook. He'll attack the rim every damn time. Steph doesn't have the speed to stay in front of Russell Westbrook or the strength to stay in front of Russell Westbrook. That's done. We might as well don't even have that conversation. Russell can get in the post on that young boy. Russell can do a lot of things to Steph. There's nothing to do. It's nothing Steph can do. But Steph can get him on offense, though, with that crossover and that three-point shot. He can go at Russ. And Russ is like, this is y'all all-star game starting point guard? He can't guard me. I can guard him. Now, there are nights that he can get the best of me, but I can guard Steph Curry is what Russell Westbrook's saying. Steph can't guard me at all. And this is your best point guard? I'm the one averaging a triple-double? I'm the one leading the team. If you put Steph Curry on this team, I doubt where Russell Westbrook has that OKC thumb in the team. Just being honest. And Steph is tremendous. But that team is fit for Russell Westbrook to take 50 shots a night. And Russ is like, what the hell? And let's take it a step further. Kyrie Irving. Oh, don't even get me started on Kyrie Irving. Because Kyrie Irving is somebody who's really good, and I look at him as a guy that steps up in big moments and sometimes slack on me when they're playing the bottom feeders of the NBA, and I don't like that a lot of nights because LeBron's carrying too much weight. But in the NBA Finals, all right, 2 years ago, Kyrie Irving got injured in Game 1. Remember, the Cavs won that Game 1. And did they win that Game 1? Kyrie got injured in Game 1 in that Game 1 a couple years ago in the NBA Finals in Golden State. And Kyrie was killing Steph Curry that game. Do y'all remember that? Well, keep it moving. In the finals last year, Kyrie tore Steph Curry's behind up to the point that he made the game-winning shot to win his team a championship over Steph Curry. So Kyrie's like, how is he a better point guard than me? When we meet, I beat him. And I can make a case that in the finals, 2 years ago, I would have won a ring then, and I definitely outplayed him in the finals last year. Steph ain't showed up in the finals the last 2 seasons. So Kyrie's like, how is he the best point guard? All these guys have valuable cases. And also, let me go ahead and finish it with the book again. I don't know if I agree with the idea of a book being wrote about guys. I don't know how involved Steph or any of these guys was in the book, and I don't know how reliable these sources are. I trust Marcus. He's been an NBA reporter for a lot of years, covering Golden State for a lot of years. I don't think he'll come up with no BS, but again, I don't know if the players actually have sourced this. So I don't know if how strong this could even be, and I don't like the notion of doing this. Talk about yourself and your experiences. I don't really like that. Shout out to Brian Windhorst, a guy that I've worked with at ESPN a couple times. He's writing a book on LeBron James right now, leaving Miami and going back to Cleveland. I don't know how I like this going forward, but these guys are dedicated to writing, and they've dedicated their lives to it. Brian Windhorst literally has made his career off LeBron James. His whole life has been dedicated to LeBron James. Seriously, I'm not even joking. His whole life is literally made off LeBron James. Shout out to Marcus Thompson in the book. Hope it does well. What do you guys think about this? Do you believe there's some hatred from the NBA players and hating on Steph Curry? What do you think Steph Curry stands like the point guards like right now? What do you think he is? Give me your top 5 point guards. Top five. Tell me where Steph is. What do you think about Steph Curry not playing defense? Does LeBron have a viable case? Just talk to me. I like conversations like this, and I'll be in the comment section responding. It's MrT.com. Where else can you get content like this? Who breaking stuff down to you like this? I'll wait for a response. Alfred Teleferro, Miss Teleferro TV. If you rock with me, comment that April 15th. My website returns. It's MrT.com. I'm out. If you're looking to book me for an interview video or by phone, if you're looking to have your music or your skill featured on my daily podcast, if you're looking to book me for a speaking engagement to help motivate some kids, if you're looking to have me rock some of your clothing to help promote your brand, make sure you hit me up at booking@ismrteleferro.com. Again, that's booking@ismrteleferro.com.